Art Sullivan. I go by the name of Chi, which is my native name. I'm a retired psychologist and very interested in the cult aspect of psychology, I guess you could say. So I started studying the tarot 50-something years ago, and so most of my work as a psychologist was based on this system of training. And so understand that when I'm studying the tarot, what I'm saying is that I'm actually studying the Kabbalah, and I study it through the interpretation of the tarot, because the tarot is the Kabbalah. It represents the tree of life that is the glyph or the pattern for Kabbalah. This information with these cards have to do with your spiritual life, with the spiritual aspect of you and what's going on there, what's triggering certain things with you, what's activating certain ideas for you, how you fulfill those ideas, the things that hold you back, your sabotaging stuff or whatever. It's all laid out in the cards. And when you get a card, usually, and by the way, it's just chance that you get the card that will reflect what you're dealing with, but it happens every time. I've been doing it for 50 years. And I don't know how it works, to be truthful with you, but I do know that it works. But the first thing you must do as a true tarot reader of this system is get your personality out of the way, which I'm about to do. So I do this prayer. I release my personality to the etheric, and I ask for my higher self to step in and take over from this point on, and so it is. Okay, so I know this still sounds like me, but we'll see how it goes. This is Friday the 25th, and the moon is in Capricorn, my sign, and it is squaring Neptune, the higher love frequency. And so pay attention to your dreams and have fun with your love vibration. But one more time, I've been shuffling them here. And so this is about your life. Okay, I'm going to cut them. And this is what's going on. The first card, the position of what's happening now in your world. Well, this is a pretty good card, actually. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, and this is about actually bringing some things in your life to fruition, bringing them about. It's happening, and he or she is kind of sitting there contemplating, looking at what's going on this tree, and it's also coins, which can relate to money, but it has to do with, in a physical sense, you sort of perfecting who you are as a person, the real you coming out in you, and that you're coming into this, and it's also related to having the opportunity to have a perfect physical body, literally, and I mean that's sort of the beginning. We begin with the physical world. But this doesn't mean that you're not maybe a little overweight or a little thin or any of that. It just means that in a spiritual way, your body's in a good place, and that the spirit of you is strong, and that you have actually completed some things. And this is putting you in a position where you can go higher or do bigger things. Or if it's a job, you may get a raise, or you may be elevated in your position, something like that. In the family area, it can mean that the family is really coming into a good place, like the family's coming together better than maybe in a long time. And we're not talking about perfection, but what is perfection? Sometimes bad things happen, sometimes good things happen. It's the balance that creates that in our life. And so, yeah, but this is a good place. It's a Taurus card, and it means that the Taurus level of us is active here in the sense of helping us to just order our world better, maybe, or to regulate our time in a more, I don't know, a self-conscious way of paying attention to it. And I think of myself, you know, when I say this, I've been having a little trouble with my time lately. I'll run over doing one thing and have to make it up on somewhere else. But anyway, this is about bringing it together, bringing harmony into your orderly world, and it should happen naturally. Okay, what covers you? This is what's going on now. This is what is covering you, or it has an effect on you. It doesn't say bad or good. It can be, maybe bad, maybe good, maybe neither though. It may just be something that's happening. But this is the second decan of Capricorn. Capricorn is a money card. The moon is in Capricorn. It means that subconsciously you might have some very good ideas for expanding your resources in the world. If you're doing something, it might be time to do it. I mean, more, in a more expansive way. Bring in more people to work with you, that sort of thing. But it also shows that whatever you need financially will be there. A lot of us are concerned about, the financial situation in terms of making everything happen that we'd like to see happen. And this is a sort of validation from on this date that you're in a good place. So dream on. Yeah. Okay, this is the Six of Pentacles, and I just want to say that all these cards are about money. When you get this many coins or pentacles, it means that you may have the opportunity to actually produce some revenue. And I'm speaking to business people here especially. Put your ideas into action. The Six of Pentacles represents, and this is beneath you, which means this is going on now, this is what's crossing you, this is beneath you, or going on subconsciously below your conscious awareness. And me too. And, this card for both of us. It's for the people. Okay, but 6 is a very powerful number. It means beauty. The Hebrew word for it in Hebrew is beauty, and it's harmony coming together, and the spirit, your human spirit, literally being turned on to do, if you're an artist, beautiful things, creative ideas everywhere. Yeah. Okay, so this is sort of a subconscious, or maybe even more of an instinctual sort of process whereby it comes from the past and it's reawakening again now. And so you could have been, let's say you're an artist, you could have been an artist in your last life, and now you're just coming into the understanding of what that means. past life experiences with some of our work is necessary to validate what we're doing. Wow.
Holy moly.
I know. This is very unusual. The Queen of Pentacles, anytime you get a king or a queen, you're getting a higher sort of father frequency energy pattern or a higher mother frequency energy pattern. And when it's pentacles, it's about the earthly plane, the element earth, money, resources, family, and you could put all that together here. You could say everything that we're saying about money is also true of the family potential or the personal potential, either one. Okay, so this means that the physical plane world for you is becoming more feminine in nature. It's been happening for a while, and now it's coming in. And the feminine way of doing things, we talk about the moon is squared Neptune. Neptune, the higher love frequency. Very powerful energies here for this higher love frequency and applying it in the physical world. I love this, I love that. I love my building, I love my floor, so on and so forth. Okay, great, this is what we're looking for. Get out of all those pentacles. Okay, so now we have the Tower card. This is Mars in its destructive phase, breaking down old patterns that's not working for you anymore. This is the lightning flash. Something's going to happen. This is coming soon, in a few months. This is the near future. The Tower card is a card receiving a lightning flash from the above, blowing off the crown of the tower, fire coming out the windows, and a person, female representing subconscious mind, and a male representing the subconscious mind being kicked out of the tower, and the tower is your personality. Okay? You might want to take this and run over what I just said if you're interested in what that means, but it means that the personality is being reconstructed, that there are some old behavioral patterns that must be eliminated, and this is the time to do it, the next few months. Before this, a lot of good things are going to be happening probably for the next month. This looks like the turn of the year. Okay. So we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is an individual that is positioned, him or herself, in a higher place of maybe wisdom or understanding the world, and is changing what they've been doing, and they are moving into another phase of their life. This is coming in we'll say 4 or 5 months. But what this means is that there may be you're going to be changing. Okay, you will. And you may be upgrading or dating who you are and upgrading what you do, and some other people may not understand it all. And so, but you have to stand your ground. This person is standing there, and with his or her wand, and banding, reflecting and working with maybe loved ones, friends, and trying to help them understand the change. So this is about completing some things at a level and sort of moving up on a higher circle of that same process, and the idea of still staying connected to those people that you were connected with when you were different, or when you were younger, or that sort of thing. And so, yeah. So it means completion and victory, but it also means the need to stay in harmony with relationships. Okay, the Hierophant. So with the Hierophant, we're dealing with Taurus, the astrological sign Taurus, and this is sort of a foundation for your future. And Taurus is a fixed sign, and it has to do with becoming fixed at certain spiritual levels so that you can understand your connection with your higher self. The Hierophant is essentially the higher self, or the revealer of mysteries. You could call that the higher self, the revealer of higher mysteries. And on the tree of life, it's right under Chokmah, which is wisdom, and those higher mysteries are related to the wisdom of God, who God is, where it exists, how it works, and your relationship with it. Because this is about intuition, getting in touch with your Shekinah, the indwelling presence of God, and through meditation, find out what God wants you to do. Help you understand what you should eat, what you should put your time into, and who to be with even. Okay? Intuition. This is the Hebrew letter Ta, Vav, which means vahaftu, drawing close to God. And what that means is that you're actually linking yourself through listening to that sound. Vav means link or connection. And so this is about listening. Like a special type of listening. A type of listening that registers what they call the soundless sound of the higher self. This is a very special card for all of us. This is the awakening of brain centers for almost everyone, centers of receptivity, where we can understand the higher broadcast and the frequency therein. This is Kabbalistic work. Okay, 8 of Wands. We'll say this is early summer maybe, or late spring of 23. And it has to do with, it's a Sagittarian card. It has to do with the actual, we'll call it the will to act or implement a new way of let's say you're doing business, a higher, more expansive way. Maybe the same old business, but it might have a new twist. But it might be a new business. But it's like, it could be dedicating yourself to a spiritual system that helps you to understand your the spiritual aspect of you as well as the physical aspect, and try to put those two together. Then you have the authentic self. Okay, so this is carrying you into the future. It's the energy that will propel you into the future in the sense that you'll be establishing and doing something that you need to do, that you told yourself you're going to do. And it's something that will evolve through the rest of the year. The World card. This is the World Dancer, who is actually the central self. We will call it the Christ consciousness in the higher spheres. And she is free from the confines of, we'll say, the system, how much money we need to make, so on and so forth, and how we're stuck in certain patterns where we can't. She is free from all of this, which means the next summer could be a freeing experience for everyone listening today. This could be your heavenly sort of awakening. That she's spiritually enlightened. She needs no clothes. She's surrounded by a green wreath, which represents higher spiritual understanding, which means that's something you're developing this year. She has control of the involution and evolution of consciousness, right and left hand wands. And she's holding her spiritual enlightenment by fixing them through the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. The man for Aquarius, the bull for Taurus, the lion for Leo, and the eagle for Scorpio. These 2 cards are heavy cards. Next year is going to be a very powerful year. I suspected that. The moon. Okay. This is the outcome. The moon's in Capricorn right now, which is a structuring of certain things in your life. But the outcome of the moon means that next year, a lot of, we'll say, I said earlier that anytime you have a revelation here, it's a memory. The moon is that memory. That memory is in your subconscious mind and it comes out at night when you sleep, that sort of thing. This is the card of memory. This is about remembering. And the moon is also rated, moon is a card that rules the high priestess, which is not only memory, what we call 3-dimensional memory, or the memory that you have for this lifetime, but the memory for many lifetimes, all the way back maybe to the beginning of where you started, of what contracts you made with spirit in terms of things that you need to accomplish to understand who you are. So I see what's for the future here and your layout, an opening for finding out and letting your true nature shine, vibrate out to the world. Thank you very much.